So yeah, this is how we did for Q2 2022. I'm considering taking a bit of a sabbatical. We'll see what happens there. How's it going? It's Rocky. It's the end of quarter two for 2022, and I just thought I'd do something different for week number 26 of the content that I like to call my 5 to 9 after the 9 to 5. If you're new to my content, I pretty much trade the futures exclusively, which I trade daily or I swing it over a couple of days. And the reason that I do futures is because a lot of my set and forget long-term investments are in index funds. So I'm pretty familiar with the S&P 500, which is the ES, or the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is the YM. And of course, everyone's favorite, but not so much this past 2 quarters, the NASDAQ 100, which is the NQ. So what I have up screen here is just the MYM. Just wanted to show you a lot of the trades that I've done for the quarter two, which pretty much I stopped trading the MYM in early June, and I decided to switch to the YM, which is the E-mini, and I will pull up that chart for the E-mini in a second right here. And there you go. Well, that's pulling up. These are some of the charts that I look at. On the left, it's a 1 year, 1 day, and on the right, it's a 90-day, 1 hour. So I'm just going to zoom into our 90-day, 1 hour chart. And what I'm going to do here is, again, zoom into, actually, I wanted to point out to you that for most of the 2022, I did not trade the YM, but it wasn't until closer to mid-June when I switched over from the MYM to pretty much trading the YM. So I'll switch over to my YouTube channel here, and basically, if you've been following, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed yet and you find what I'm talking about interesting, please do consider subscribing. I've had this YouTube channel since, June 7th, 2006, pretty much beginning of YouTube, before I think it even became a part of Google. Happy to say that the channel is now over 200,000 views, but I did not get serious on pretty much releasing weekly until about during the pandemic timeframe, which I'm sure a lot of people started YouTube channels and really spent a lot more time during those days where we had social distancing and we had to stay at home. So a lot of the things that I do on my channel, as you can see from the top there, is a combination of personal finance, which I show my trading, and I need to step it up a bit, but I'd like to cover more long-term investment types or just how-tos on very simple things that people may shy away from as far as personal finance goes. I also do some home cooking with my wife, and I try to pretty much document some of our adventures when we travel. So for the sake of quarter two today, if you scroll down, you can see this playlist in here that I called my 5 to 9 after the 9 to 5 side hustle, which I pretty much every week go through how I'm doing. I probably miss a couple weeks here and there, but consistency is there as far as me pretty much uploading content every week for the year. And what I'm trying to do essentially is, if you see right here, I did do a Q1 year-to-date review where we were up $13,955.59 for the year. And now I want to show you exactly how we are doing. So going back to the brokerage that I use, which is Thinkorswim, I'm gonna go to my account statement. So I'm recording this July 1st. It's about 10:34 p.m. And if you go to monitor, this is my account statement here. And it'd be a bit much, but I think I'm just gonna do it here. I will show you essentially how we've done from April 1st would be the starting of quarter two to today, July 2nd. So you can see here on April 1st, really it says March 31st on the trade date here, but really it's a cash balance for April 1st. We were at $26,633.83. And then over time, you can see a lot of trades here. And at one point, you can see that we were actually up to around $29,600. And then I made some really big mistakes trying to catch the falling knife. And you can see that value go down a little bit to 14,000, 10,000, and pretty much actually got to about 8,000 at our lowest for the year. And then we recovered a little bit, and then I also had to deposit more money to keep it afloat. And as of the end of quarter 2, we are at $36,319.17, which may seem like from the outside looking in, looks like, hey, you're actually doing quite well. Well, that's for social media. I guess you could say it looks good for social media, but there's a reason why I do have this Excel sheet. So I do have this Excel sheet that I do use, and you probably have seen it before if you've seen my other content, and this is how I keep track of how I'm doing every week. I do this so I pretty much don't lose how I'm really doing, only because I deposit and withdraw money as needed on the account. So as I've mentioned, right here, I'm going to highlight Q1. In Q1, that's when we were year to date at $13,955.59. And how this chart works really, and if you're interested, I do have a free link on the description. You feel free to download the Excel sheet if you like this setup. So basically, column B is our starting week, column C is the ending week, and what I like to do is I list my starting cash and ending cash for the week. And basically, I also note what my deposits are and what my withdrawals are from the account every week. And basically, we have a net deposit and withdrawal. So what does this mean? So basically, if I have a negative 1,000 here, the reason that it is green is because I withdrew money from the account. So I see that as a good thing. And then when it's red, it means I deposit money into the account. So I consider that a bad thing. So that's why the $2,500 here is red, and that means that it's negative. And essentially every week, these are the numbers that I do report on how we do every week. So if you're ever curious, feel free to go back to my channel, and you can look at this playlist that I referred to, my 5 to 9 after the 9 to 5. And if you go on there, the numbers should pretty much be 1-to-1 on how we're doing every week. So it's been tough, because we were up, at most $15,000 to begin quarter 2022. And then we had a string of, let's not do that. Had a string of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight red weeks. And we pretty much became year to date at, negative $13,000 at one point. And then, recovered a little bit, and still in and out as far as consistency for what I could care for 2022. And basically for 2022, we hit the week, we ended strong at least $6,000. But, running total year to date, we are at negative $4,352.65. So this calculation is consistent with the number that I have up here, which essentially means from our starting cash to begin the year, we are down about 21.9%, which is pretty consistent with how the stock market or just a broad general market is doing in general. In the past pretty much 26 weeks, you can see that we had a total of 9 red weeks and 17 green weeks. And the tricky part is, even though my winning percentage is 65.38%, you can see that my green week, I average about $3,000, but my red week, even though I've been doing this for a while, I still hold on to my losses too long, and that's why my red week averages to negative 6.2 thousand. So for quarter 2, if we sum up pretty much this value on this net account delta here, you go on the bottom, you can see the sum is negative $18,308.24, which is consistent with what I have up here, which is just the formula really of the sum of of those numbers. So yeah, this is how we did for Q2 2022. I'm considering taking a bit of a sabbatical. We'll see what happens there. Just, please, if you care for the content that I do provide, please give me a comment. Give me some suggestions on what kind of things you'd like to see more from me to evolve and improve the channel itself. And, if you haven't already, please subscribe if you want to continue following my journey if I do end up still trying to trade here. So again, year to date 2022, we are at negative $4,352.65. Hopefully you enjoyed or pretty much learned from the content that I shared this week. All right, you have a good one.